Call me all of my references. Hey, sis. Hey, Tater. Hey, Miss Gwen. Echo. Volume down. Hello, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, I have to have my music on, Miss Gwen, when I'm cooking. I love music. My girl, Tracy, I enjoy her live. She was going out with that music, and I almost got up in here and started twerking. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. So let me I'm wait till some more people come in here and then I can introduce myself, tell y'all a little bit about me. Um, let me see where I want to start. This is new for me because I'm not good with speaking. I don't care if it's on camera, off camera, in front of people, not in front of people. Not good with speaking. But I'm a try. I ain't sipping yet. Sis. Thank you, Tater. Cause I don't have no wine, and my other half ain't here yet from work to make me a drink because, yeah, the drinks that my other half makes, yeah, they get me right where I need to be. So I ain't drinking on nothing yet. What you cooking, Shalonda? Okay, don't get too tipsy now. Don't get too tipsy without me. I ain't got that long to wait for my other half to get here, but yeah. And for those that don't know, well, I haven't shared it in yet, but I'll share it. So let me go ahead and give y'all a little background on me. So, of course, well, um, I have 6 kids. I have 5 boys and 1 girl. My oldest son, he was murdered in 2005. He was 16. Um, he was an innocent bystander. And I used to couldn't share this. Certain parts of it I can share, and some of it I can't because some of it still chokes me up. But So he was murdered when he was 16. He was an innocent bystander. I actually found my son um, laying on the ground or whatever, and whew, and his birthday is the 31st of this month. So I can been kind of like emotional a little bit this month. I talked with Angel Mom. She uplift my spirits. Um, so when I found my son, he was non-responsive, and instantly when I seen my son on the ground, I tried to get him up. Um, that was my first thing. Wasn't no CPR, none of that. I just tried to get my son up off the ground. Um, he came through or whatever. Probably came through because he was tired of me pulling on him, screaming, and he heard my voice, screaming because he was a mama's boy. Um, he started foaming out of his mouth. Um, whew, I'll come back to that, y'all, because this part still kind of choked me up. So, anyways, I have 5 boys and 1 girl. Um, my oldest, he would have been 34 this month. I have a 30-year-old that'll be 31 in September. I have a 28-year-old, no, yeah, 28-year-old. I have a 24-year-old, a 22-year-old daughter, and I have a 13-year-old son. He'll be 14 in August. And I know y'all probably saying, "Oh, you got a 14-year-old?" Yes. Yes, it took me a long time to adjust to having a new a son that young, because I'm telling you, I was done having kids. So what I did, I met my son's father in 2005 after my son was murdered. And me and him got married in 2008. And I was still grieving my son's death. So after me and him got married, he called me over the phone, and his job had sent him to work in Louisiana at this time. So he called me on the phone. He was like, "I want us to have a baby." And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "I want us to have a baby." And I did it for him, but I also did it for me, for my own selfish reasons. And that was to um, try to fill that void of my son. But I knew I couldn't fill it, but I was used to having 5 kids. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I started doing the IVF process and all of that, but I couldn't do the IVF because it triggered my hormones. It made everything off balance. So I had to undergo surgery to get my tubes reversed. Yes, I got my tubes reversed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I got my let me see, I did the surgery September. I remember the date, September 25th of 2008, like right after me and my his father had got married. And January of 2009, I was pregnant with my son. I was having complications and stuff. I was high risk. And that was because of my age, because I was in my late 30s when I had got pregnant with him. And but he was born early. He was born a preemie. So he stayed in the hospital and all that kind of stuff. And so when he came home, my mind still hadn't wrapped around that, okay, you got this new baby, you got this this preemie you have to tend to and all of this, and I wasn't ready for it. So I told my other kids, I was like, "This y'all baby, so y'all need to help with him." So, anyways, but they was telling me that my son was gonna have all these complications and blah blah blah, and I told the doctor like, "You ain't gonna put that over my son. My son gonna grow up to be healthy. Ain't nothing gonna be wrong with him, and all this kind of stuff." So my son is 13 now. He'll be 14. He do have like a slight, well, it's better now because he had a speech impediment problem, like really, really bad. My son really didn't start talking until he was to where you could understand him till he was like 7. And hey Tracy, hey Brittany, hey everybody that's entering the chat. I'm talking, but I'm not like looking at everybody that's coming in, and I'm sorry, but thank everybody for joining my chat. I'm at my live. Um, so he's good now. I mean, you can look at my son and think there's nothing wrong with him. Um, so he's the baby of the bunch, and all my other kids and other people be like, "Oh, he's so spoiled. He's so spoiled." I mean, he's not spoiled. The difference between my 13-year-old and my other kids is everything that my son that's 13, everything that he gets, he earns. I didn't do that with my other kids. So I was rewarding bad behavior and all of that. So that's the only difference between him and my other kids. As y'all know, I just said I was married to his father. Um, I moved to Maryland. I went to Maryland in 2011, got my house in Maryland, moved to Maryland in 2012. I left his father because that marriage was just like, nah. It was a lot of stuff happened in that marriage that I couldn't let go and I couldn't forgive him for. So he took me through a lot. Me and my baby, life was on the line. Um, I remember just getting out the hospital and he called me on Mother's Day. I was at my mother's house. Never forget it. He called me on Mother's Day with this girl on the phone that he was cheating with. Called him and her called themselves checking me. See, and I was on Tips Live and I already said, you know what I'm saying? I don't play fair. Don't play with me. Don't come for me because I don't play fair. And I meant exactly what I said. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, trust and believe you me, I'm going to do it. Got my craziness is documented. So, anyways, so he called me with this girl on the phone or whatever. I'm at my mother's house, me and my sisters, because it's Mother's Day, and I told him, I said, I'm coming to Louisiana. When I get to Louisiana, you already know what time it is. You and her got to see me. So he brought that crazy side of the Leo out of me then. So I did get on the road and went to Louisiana, had my 40 Glock with my beam on it, loaded everything. Yeah, I wasn't playing. So I get to Louisiana. It was a showdown, hoedown. Um, yeah. So then how I wound up having my son early is because, like I said, all the stress that he put me through, I was still going through. So my blood pressure was real high. I was at stroke level, heart attack level. So they admitted me in the hospital. And I had to be induced. They had to come give me steroids because my son's lungs wasn't matured and all that kind of stuff. So and then I'm in the hospital. The chick called his phone, but he had stopped dealing with her now after all this happened. But she called his phone talking about, oh, that's why your son about to die and blah blah blah. Because my son was in the NICU, he had all these tubes on him. He had to have a breathing machine, like, oh, so again, I blacked out again. This time I told her when my baby get out of the hospital, I'm coming back to Louisiana. Yep, y'all right. Yep, you guessed it right. I went back to Louisiana. Yes, ma'am. She was talking about she was pregnant from him, having twins, blah blah blah, blah, but she was never pregnant. She was pregnant, but she wasn't pregnant from him. So it was just like all of that I couldn't forgive him for. And then the struggles that my son was struggling with, I felt like that played a part in it. So I couldn't forgive him for that. So I filed for divorce when I was living in Maryland, and that was 2013. I filed. No, anyways, I was divorced 2014. So then 2015, I moved back to Florida, and see, his father was one of them petty type of dudes. So I had to, like, give him two blows to the stomach and one to the face and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, yeah. So I divorced him. I came back in 2015, and that's when I met the person that I'm with now. We've been together since 2015. We got married 2016. Um, whew, that marriage there, yeah, that marriage there needed to end. Um, I was married to a woman. Her and I are currently divorced, but we got back together. We got divorced. I divorced her. She didn't divorce me. I divorced her last year. This year made it a year, but her and I, got back together during our separation. We planning on getting remarried again. Um, but that marriage was bad, but it had needed to end, if you know what I'm saying. And this go around is kind of like, so I hope ain't none of y'all on here homophobic, cause yeah. So okay, sorry. And my son and daughter had a cold, and um I came down with it. But so that marriage needed to end. And this go around, we done had our little, our little trials and tribulations or whatever, but it's better than it was before. And sometimes, they say sometimes you need to separate and all that and come back together, and give it another try, whatever. Not saying I wasn't dating and doing my thing in between because I was. Yeah. Yeah, I was men and women. I ain't care. I ain't gonna say I ain't care, but you know what I'm saying? That's just um thank you, Tracy. But that's just how I felt. So my favorite color is black. Born and raised in Florida. My elderly mom lived with us. So it's my mom, my 13-year-old son, and my daughter is here. My other kids, my oldest son now, he's a truck driver, so he's on the road, and I have to get used to his pronouns because my son is a transgender man, so he's in the process of transitioning. Um, my daughter, she was with the woman too, but she's not now. She was with the woman for 3 years. Um, what else? I have one son that's on his way back to prison. He's been in and out of prison his entire life, and I used to try to. I used to blame myself, but I had to realize that the life that my two boys chose, that was on them. It had nothing to do with me because I gave them a good life, the life that I didn't even have. And hey Tanya, um, so I gave them the life that I didn't have, and I made sure that because I knew I had a rough childhood coming up. So my son that's going back to prison, his life is his choice. My other son, that's his choice. My two boys is the one that made me grandma, a glamour. I have two living grandbabies, a boy that's 6, a granddaughter that's gonna be 4, and my son that's getting ready to go back to prison. His son was born in January of last year. He was a stillborn. Um, so yeah, I'm an angel mom and an angel mom and an angel grandma. I'm a Leo, of course, but I'm right there at the cusp. So I think I'm mixed with Leo and Virgo, but I want to be mixed with all Leo, and I'm not. But that's okay. Um, let's see what else. I love music. I love chilling at home. Having me a drink sometimes. Um, dancing, smoking on. We got a hookah here at the house. Smoke on our hookah. Um, my my other half, I call her Love. So she's younger than me. She's 39. She'll be 40. I'm 50. Um, she's a good person. She has a master's degree. She don't have any kids. Um, what else? What else? What else? So her and I been together like since 2015. Had a break for like from March till December of last year. We got back together in December. What else? I like to cook sometimes, but not all the time. Hello to everyone that's coming in the chat because I'm not really looking at the chat, but I'm looking. I'm looking now. Thank you, Glenda. Um, what else? I mean, what do y'all want to know? Y'all can ask me some questions. Um, I'm gonna put this out there too. If some of you ladies live in Florida, close to Orlando, August 19th, I'm having a birthday bash because I didn't celebrate my birthday last year, so I'm having a birthday bash. It's a blackout masquerade ball, August 19th in Orlando. So if y'all ladies want to come through and call that a meet and greet, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? All is welcome. Um, let me see. I've been following Roz since she started her face, no, her YouTube channel. I've been following her since she started. Um, I used to be subscribed to Bumpy Johnson, but I unsubscribed to her and a few more people. Um, well, I unsubscribed to Bumpy Johnson because I just couldn't stomach her no more. And the people that I recently have unsubscribed to was due to um, the nonsense that they got going on, with Rob and other people. I try to stay I try to stay positive, but okay, I like this. I like the way that black looking up in there. Um Let me see what else. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not for the nonsense. So I just pray that like nobody from that side ever come for me. For me, my kids, my grandbabies, like please don't. Like, because I'm coming. And I'm telling you, I don't play fair. Like, period. Um, but anyways, but I don't know, like what else do y'all want to know? Did I leave out something? Um, mm. And I was on beautiful hill channel today. Now, yes, Roz be roasting them, but that was a roasting that was needed. Like she really went in on them, and it was needed because it's nonsense. So I enjoyed that. I was over here hollering. Chase, yes, Chase be giving it to him. Mel be giving it to him. Glam the glam. Brittany, like big ups to everybody that be like giving it to them. um Tracy, Tips World, Shalon, big ups to y'all ladies because they need it. You hear what I'm telling you? They need it. Like all gas, no brakes. And if y'all think they gave it to them, oh yeah, they better not come over here because I'm gonna tap dance on their throat. And so I don't know. I don't know what else to what I haven't shared. I think I pretty much shared everything. But what I wanted to tell y'all about my son when I found him and he came through and because I feel like I can say it now. So when I found my son, he came through. Like I told you, he was foaming out the mouth. And every mother, at least someone that lost a loved one, they always want to hear, "I love you." You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to hear from my son. But my son' last words was, "Mama, I'm gonna die." And I couldn't wrap my brain around it because well, I left that out. My son, my oldest son father, he got killed in a car accident and he was my first love when my son a month before my son turned 2. So I couldn't wrap my mind around that. Like I snapped on the doctors when they came in and told me they did all they could do and all that. And I was like, no, you didn't. If he was white, y'all would still be in there working on him. Like y'all would still be in there working on him if he was black. I mean, if he was white. So when I tell y'all I was angry with God, I was literally angry with God. Like I wouldn't pray. I hadn't lost my faith because how you going to give me a son for 16 years and you just take him away from me just like that? Um, I didn't want to live no more. I hadn't forgot about my other kids. I wanted to commit suicide. All of that. That's where I had went. That's just how far I had went with that. And so and I was having regrets naming my son after his father because I was the only my son was the only child that his father had. So I had regrets naming my son after his father because I'm like, well, maybe if I want to name him after his father, he'll still be here. So, but mind you, when his father first got killed, he tried to take my son. I felt like he was trying to take my son with him because again, it was his first and only child, his only son. So we was at my auntie house and we was having a family gathering over there and my son he just like blanked out, and he just started walking towards the pool, and he walked straight in the pool. I'm calling his name and everything. He walked straight in the pool, like he didn't even hear me. So my brother was in the pool, and my brother saved him, but I felt like he was trying to take him in. And so yeah, I was like, maybe if I wouldn't have named my son after him, he would have been here, because it was like my son didn't leave no kids behind. I was hoping somebody came and told me that they was pregnant from him, they had a baby from him. These are all the things that I was hoping for, and it didn't happen. So it was on the news. I was on the news and everything. So the detective that was handling my son's case, he said, before you before you lay your son to rest, we're gonna have your son case solved, and we're gonna have the person in custody. So I remember on the way coming back, and I was living in Orlando then. So I remember on the way coming home from dropping off my son suit and all of this. Um, the detective called me. He said, "Well, I got some good news." I was like, "What?" He was like, "We got him in custody." He said, "I told you we was gonna solve this case before you laid your son to rest." It was a sign of relief, but it still wasn't, because I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? My son ain't here. He don't need to be here. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for a life. That's how I was looking at it. So they made an arrest, and we went to trial, his sentencing and all of that, and they only gave him 20 years for it. And I felt like that wasn't good enough, but his mother was trying to get in contact with me. This was what was told to me. I don't know for sure, but this what was told to me, that the guy mother was trying to get in contact with me because she was gonna pay me off to not press charges on her son. Lady, is you crazy? You must be a special kind of stupid to think I'm not gonna press charges on your son, and he took my son's life. Yeah, I wasn't seeing past. I told them, I sent the message back to her. And I was like, you tell that lady she even approached me about offering me some money, because it's no money can replace my son's life. I don't care. So we was in court, he stood up there, and how he had to face us and say, "Oh, ma'am, I didn't kill your son." Okay, so if you didn't kill it, you need to be in here telling us who did then, because you finna throw 20 years of your life away. So he ain't say nothing. And I remember plain as day, when they got ready to take him out the courtroom, he looked at me and my family, and he winked his eye at us and smirked. That right there, yeah. They had the courtroom lit up. I had done leaped over there to his mama. I was finna what? Beat her, because I told her, I said, people like you birth kids like this. Mind you, all her kids in prison. So my lawyer was there, and he like lifted me up. He picked me up, and he was like, "No, you can't do this." He said, "No, you can't do this. This will mess up your case." I wasn't trying to hear that. So, anyways, the guy been gone um for he been gone since 2000. He been locked up since 2005. And hello everyone in the chat. If I didn't speak to everyone, hello. So he's he'll be released soon. Um but when he what I wanted to do when he was in there is I wanted to torture him. I wanted to send him pictures of because my son wasn't no bad kid. My son was a good kid. I wanted to send him pictures of my son in his casket. I just wanted to send him pictures just to torture him. But I didn't even have to do that, because he has been getting tortured since he's been locked up. Mind you, he got tortured when they arrested him that night because my son's family and my family works at the police department. So they placed him in a cell with somebody to take his booty. And that's what they did. Place him in a cell and somebody took his booty. And they've been taking it ever since he's been locked up. Um what? Right, sis. When I tell you I was gonna whoop that lady, I was gonna whoop that lady because how you gonna pay me to not press charges on your son and he took my son life? My son was only 16. Her son was 18. Neither one of them had nothing to do with what was going on. Neither one of them, but him trying to take up for his friends or his cousin or whoever it was. I don't know. But when I was just reading the police reports and stuff, and just to read that my son, when he turned, because the guy was trying to go after my cousin. He really wanted to shoot my cousin. But because my cousin ran and left my son there, he shot my son. And when I read in the report that my son put his hands up and said, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on. I ain't got to do with nothing. You still shot my son. And when my son turned to run, you shot him in his back. You think you can really? You gotta be crazy." So, um, when they gave him out, because I was going for life. But again, because my son is black, black on black crime, they don't look at it like that. So they gave him 20 years because the judge that was on the case, I believe his mother paid him to get off the case and they put a new judge on there. So they used my son case as her first case. And she screwed my son over. And so that's how he only got 20 years. He'll be getting out soon. They keep me updated to wherever they transfer him at. So I will know when he's getting released because I think we have to go back to court upon his release. And I haven't forgiven him for that. I can't find it in my heart to forgive him because when he took my son, like that really affected my other kids because my kids are close. And that really affected my kids. My kids started acting out, all of that. And like we really suffered. My whole family suffered. Even his father's side of the family suffered. And yeah, yeah, that was yeah. So I'm gonna read some of your comments. Yeah, they tore that booty up in there. You hear what I'm telling you? Because like I said, I got family that's in law, all of that. So yeah, they got him. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Indigo. But yeah, so I think hi, S Granny, Tammy. So I think I pretty much gave y'all the background when um so yeah. But yeah, it was hard. Me and my kids went through a lot, but me and my kids went through everything together. I ain't scared to get out here and fight with my kids. I ain't scared to get out here and fight for my kids. Cause I done it both. And we'll do it again. Because those are mine. And because I already lost one, You think I want to bury another one? No, 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 man. I'm only going to two places for mine: jail up to the upper room. That's it. So yeah. Was there anything that y'all want to know? 'Cause I really got to get in. I'm in here in the room talking to y'all because I don't really like talking about really like talking about certain things. I came my room, my bedroom to talk to y'all because I really don't like talking about certain things. Cause like I said, my elderly mom, she lives here, and it's just certain stuff I don't like for her to hear. Um, Even though I should be in there in the kitchen cooking, cause my other half will be home soon. But I had to come in the room and talk to y'all. Cause even my 13-year-old, he know his brother is in heaven, and I haven't even told him that story. And my son has been gone since 2005. Whew, y'all, y'all hear the tremble in my voice is because, yeah. So thank you. My son has been gone since 2005. And see, when his father got killed, his father came back to me instantly in a dream, and he was dressed in all white, which I know my son made it to heaven. I know he did, but my son haven't came back to me yet, and I still don't understand why. And somebody told me because I haven't let him go yet. But how do you let your child go? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how can you do that? Oh shoot, y'all, burning up something. Ooh. Lord, if I burn this food, honey, I'll never get a last bud. Just a minute, y'all. Ooh, ooh. Oh, it ain't bad. Oh, thought it was burnt. Whew. Okay, y'all, I'm back. But thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone that came in the chat. If I missed anyone that came in, but that's why I can relate to Rob. I can relate to Angel Mom. I mean, there's probably even ladies on here that I don't even know that have lost a child. So I can relate to these women. And that's why it's like I feel some type of way when people are trying to use that as a dagger to come for Roz and whoever else, you know. My mom and my father, they still living. So, but yeah, I be wanting to come through I be like, drop your location, bitch. Roz, you ain't got to worry about them. drop your location. I'm coming for him. So yeah, it's just so yeah. That's I don't know if there's anything else y'all would like to know. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Virgo 73, Kathy, Tracy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Y'all my virtual sisters. Even though I have two sisters, one younger than me, and then two younger than me, brother. And I have one brother on my mom's side. He's older than me, and I have four brothers on my father's side, and a step brother. I'm the only girl. Me and my father, we used to be close, like when I was younger, but this lady he's been married to ever since I was a baby, like I can't stand that lady. She came between me and my father bond, and yeah, she turned my father into her. So she's this evil lady, and she turned my father into her. And once she turned my father into her, and he started acting out and doing the stuff that she was doing, like this lady is batshit crazy. Like if me and my brothers got in trouble, cause I lived with my father too. Um, when they took us from my mother, me and my sisters from my mother, I wouldn't live with my father, but my mother wound up getting my sisters back. But I was already living with my dad, and she didn't raise my oldest brother. But when me and my brothers used to get in trouble, she used to go in the room, and my father had guns. So when we used to get in trouble, this lady used to go in the room and get my father rifle and come and point it at us. Like, lady, just beat us. Don't go in there and get no guns and point them at us. So when I say she turned my father into her, my father started doing the same stuff that she was doing. So one day, me and my stepbrother got in trouble, and my father had came home from work early one day, this particular day, and he went in the room, but this time he didn't use his rifle. He had his handgun, and he wrapped it in the towel, and he was pointing at me and my brother, and the gun wound up going off, and the bullet went into my mattress. So my when he left, I told my stepbrother, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm running. I'm going back to my mama's house." So my father left to go back to work or wherever he left to go to. I ran away and ran back to my mom. And my mom didn't live too far from where my father was living. So I went back over there to my mom's house, and I was standing on my mom's porch, and where my mom was living, you could see the main road from her place. So my father seen me standing on my mom's steps, on my mom's porch, and he came over there, and my oldest brother was over there, the one that on my mom's side. So I think my mom was across the street on the payphone, and I ran over there screaming and hollering, crying. And I was like, "Ma, he coming, he coming to get me, he coming to get me, he coming to kill me." And my mom got off the phone, and my brother had done ran over there to where we was at, and he told my father, he said, "If you put your hands on my sister, I'm gonna beat your like you better get in your little punch buggy or the little bug car." Back then, I think they was doom buggies or some kind of car. So you better get in that car and go ahead and go, because my sister not going back with you. So he wound up leaving, and he went to jail or whatever. And then um they allowed me to come stay back with my mother, and that just broke our bond right there. I never looked at my father the same no more. And then my grandmother, which was my father's mother, me and her was real, real close. And she asked him, "What happened with Carolyn? What happened with you?" And he was like, he never told her. So my grandmother passed away, not knowing what happened between me and my father, and and she passed away without him even telling me. And he knew how close me and my grandmother was. So it's like I didn't, it was like, yeah, that tarnished me and his relationship, me and his bond. I never looked at my father the same no more. And he tried to, repair um our relationship, but I couldn't come back from that. And I talked to my father every blue moon, but no. And when I when I got with my other half, and my mother was happy for me and all this kind of stuff. And so when I told my father about it, he was like, "Oh, it's just as long as you happy and blase blase." My father stopped talking to me for almost 2 years when I told him that her and I had got married. Stop talking to me for almost 2 years. You gonna stop talking to me because I told you about her, but you couldn't even apologize to me for abusing me as a child, you and your wife? To this day, y'all may think I'm lying. My father still have not apologized to me for what he did to me. And it's like, so you just gonna go ahead and take my apology to the grave. You ain't gonna tell me you sorry. You ain't gonna tell me from that you're sorry from abusing me. You ain't gonna tell my brothers them that you sorry for abusing them because they literally abused us when we were kids. They beat us with stitching cord switches, hoses that be up under the car, under the hood of the car, like stitching cord, like they literally abused us. Not saying I didn't get abused when I was on my own, because I ran away from home when I was 15, and I ain't looked back. And then I met my oldest son father, and I got pregnant with my son when I was 16. And I believe it is too, Brenda, because it's like, yeah, like how can you not? And then he wonder why he don't hear from us for Father's Day, or he don't hear from us for his birthday. For what? Like you ain't apologized to none of us. Like you and this lady, and I until this day, I still don't like his wife. Like I don't like that lady, period. And he's still with her. This lady took this lady. Let me tell you how evil this lady. This lady used to take me with her to cheat on my father and tell me if I told him what she was gonna do to me. Like, yeah, that's what I meant. This lady was batshit crazy. Like, so I did vow when I had kids that my kids wouldn't go through what I went through as a child. Like me and my sisters, we vowed that and we stuck to that. We stuck to it. And I'm not saying like their whole entire life it was always peaches and roses and all that because it wasn't. I had some hardship, you know. I had my 24-year-old and my daughter when I lived in Atlanta. I had them when I lived in Atlanta. So, you know, I did go through some hardship, but all I can say is but God. Because I just don't know how I made it. I really don't. But my kids was my strength. You know what I'm saying? To keep me going, to keep me from giving up. Even when I wanted to give up, and to commit suicide after I lost my oldest son, I still had to think about them like, if you take your life, you think you going to heaven? No, you ain't going to heaven. You gonna burn in hell, and you gonna leave your kids out here to be raised and have the lifestyle that you didn't want them to have. They're gonna have it. So you need to be here to give your kids the lifestyle that you didn't have, and that's what I did. Since I lived in Riverdale, College Park. I used to live in Mableton, Georgia, and East Point. Girl, and I lived in Georgia, honey. I just thought I was the shit, honey. You can tell me I wasn't a Georgia peach, honey. I had them grew long, thick, and jet black. Had done that, honey. This my butt had done turned it. See, let me take that. So I always had a nice shape, you know. And but when my daughter gave me all my weight, so when I got pregnant with my daughter, and I had a big old round peach, but I was like, okay, Georgia peach, I see you coming through. So, yeah, but thank you, Tracy. Tracy, you been jamming at the end of your you been jamming your whole life, but at the end, like, please, I almost got up to start twerking, honey. I almost had me a twerk session up over here. You know, I like to dance, but when it comes to that twerking stuff, I have to leave that for my other half. I have to do that for her. But when we having fun, she got to make it rain when we at home and we having fun. She got to make it rain because ain't no free twerk sessions now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You got to make it rain on me too. And I'm talking about money. Why you can't play? Well, this is my Alexa. I got playing music in the background. But you should be able to play music in the background. What is? Oh, East Point. Oh, and I used to live in Decatur too. Decatur way is greater. That's right. Oh, and so y'all know my oldest son father. He got killed in a car accident. Um, my daughter and my son that's next to her, 24. So they father their father passed away 2021. Yeah, because next month will be 2 years. So he passed away 2021. But my son that's 24, his biological father, he passed away when my son was 12. But he was never in my son's life, and that was his choice, and that was fine because my daughter father, because me and him was together. Me and him went together when I moved to Atlanta, but me and him got back together when I was living in Atlanta, and I was 4 months pregnant with my son, and me and him wound up getting back together, and he just told me, he was like, forget it, don't nobody have to know he ain't my son or whatever. I'm a raise him and take care of him like he mine, and he did just that, and he's done it all the way up until he took his last breath. And so that's why I say my daughter and my son father because he raised him. I know, right, Cassie? That would be so nice. So nice. Okay, Decatur, where's greater? Girl, I got some stories about Decatur, honey. That's why I met my son, biological father, in Decatur. You being fast in Decatur, being fast, and you got knocked up, and I was having too much fun. And it's crazy how I got pregnant with my kids because it was like I got pregnant with my kids every time I was having too much fun. Boom, and now you're knocked up. Okay, God, can you just let me just, you know what I'm saying? I was having too much fun. Too much fun. So yeah, yeah. But is there anything you ladies would like to know? Any questions, comments, concerns? I don't know where I'm gonna take my channel. I want to keep it positive, but I'm all for it. Like I'm all for it. Like so, tread lightly. Left side, cause I'm with the shits. Like I'm really with the shits. Like really, really with it. I'm pretty much like, cause Feast is a Leo too. So yeah, yes. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you. You got to stay away from Decatur City, girl. Ooh, honey. Yes. Who said? Oh yeah, we should play some numbers. Oh, you're a Leo too, Miss. Okay, okay. Yes. What I'm talking about, Leos. We the best. Tracy's talking about Virgos. We the best. Leos are the best. Leos is the only zodiac sign, and you can look it up and tell me if I'm wrong. Leos is the only sign that have a whole month without no holidays. We'll have no holidays in our zodiac sign, and it's not because we ain't that special. It's because we are that special, so we can go ahead and yeah, party without no interruptions. Shalom, sis, you ain't even got to tell me about them dudes in Decatur. Honey, I had listen, before my baby daddy came along, I had a sugar daddy and all of that. Oh, darling, you 8/17? That's my oldest son now. That's his daddy birthday. But mine is August 20th. So that's why I'm having my birthday party August 19th. And I'm so excited. I already got my event planner. I got my photographer. I think and my DJ. So the only and I'm getting my dress made. So the only thing we doing now is just looking for a building. I've been in this. Well, I'm just starting to go live. Thanks to Angel Mom, Tracy, Tips World. Sh- did I say Shalonda? Shalonda. Thanks to these ladies for actually putting my link in the chat. That's how I got some of the majority all of the subscribers that I have. Um, those ladies are awesome. Like those are my virtual sisters. Like I love them. Um, okay, ask Granny. Okay, ask Granny. Leo's is okay, but Virgos are okay. I'm gonna let you have that. But I've been following Ron since she first started. Like when she first started her first video, because she was doing cooking. So when she started her first video talking about Bumpy Johnson, I've been following Ron just that long. So what I did, I took a break for a minute. Once BYB came on her, started being on her platforms and talking, I fell back because I just couldn't deal with it. Like I was like, no, she's gonna cause Rod's channel to go down. So I fell back. So then when I came back to YouTube, that's when I seen that, her and Roz was going at it. But yeah, I fell back. But I've been following Roz ever since she started. Okay, I see Miss Virgo. I mean Virgo 73 and Miss Grant and Ask Granny. Okay, okay. Shalana, you a Pisces? My son father is a Pisces. My 13-year-old, his father is a Pisces, and and my hairdresser, she's a Pisces, and I don't really have nothing too bad to say about Pisces. Just only, just only I can only speak on what I went through with my son father. Hey, Charmaine, thank you for subscribing. I know, as Granny, that's what I'm doing too. Listen, I love everybody too. Like, yeah, I love everybody too. Until you get me wrong, like, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, Vanessa, you and Darlene got the same birthday. Oh, Vanessa. Okay. Okay. I'm August 20th. Okay, Sonya's a Pisces. Oh, since you hit it on the head, yes, they are liars. What? Listen, my son father tried to come between me and my best friend relationship. Now, mind you, I met her when I was pregnant with my 24-year-old, and me and her been down ever since. And he tried to come between me and her relationship with telling lies. Yes, they are big liars. Don't leave out cheaters, honey, because they cheat too. They cheat too. Hmm. But I can say this about him though. When I tell you what work, if he had to be in a warehouse tasting pies, he gonna work. He is gonna work. I can say that about him. He will work. I don't care if it's tasting pies, picking up cans, moving chairs. I don't care what it is. He will work. That he will do. Yes, you're right, Tracy. Leo men are like too. But you know what? I feel like if they're really not, I'm gonna just speak for Leo men and women. If we're not into you, um, yeah, if we're not into you, yeah, we'll tell you some lies if we ain't into you. But once we into you, yeah. Cause me, I lose interest quick. I lose interest quick. That be my thing. My thing there, I lose interest. Like, cause I tried to get out there, back in the dating world when I had got divorced, and the dating world is different from back in the day. It's not the same. Like these people are weird. So let me tell you something. When me and my girl got back together, like, that was the happiest moment in my life. Cause I was like, see, these folks out here in this dating world, that make you commit a 187 where you be on the first 48 because they play too many games. They play too many games. Yeah, but the Leo men, actually, when I was in Maryland, I had dated this guy that was a Leo, but me and him got along good, but he was a liar. And I used to catch him in his liar, but I ain't care because I wasn't in a relationship with him. You know, I had just left my son's father, so I wasn't, and then I was still married, so I wasn't trying to commit adultery and all that kind of stuff. You know, people fail to realize even though you separated, you still married. You know what I'm saying? You still commit adultery. So I wasn't doing that. He wasn't allowing me to do it. And then I did the same thing too when I divorced her. I didn't start dating till after my divorce. So yes, yes, Miss Went the first 40. Yes, have you let have you had embarrassing word? Honey, they'll find them stinking, honey. Yes, ma'am. I was like, this is different from like it was back in the day. I had was talking to this one guy. Oh my God, let me tell you about this story. So I was talking to this one guy after my divorce, and I already knew that it wasn't gonna be nothing with me and him. It wasn't going to be because he had already started showing me, red flags. So I'm gonna tell y'all why this dude. I'm gonna say they're different these days, honey. I don't know why he thought I was a sugar mama. He gonna stop talking. He want to stop talking. He gonna get mad at me because I wouldn't get him a car and I wouldn't put it in my name. Nigga, is you crazy? You really stuck on stupid because I'm not even gonna get no car for you and put it in my name. If I did that for you, why wouldn't I do it for my kids? My kids went out and got their own car in their own name. Their first car in their own name. Well, my um, my daughter had a car. Ooh, ever since she turned 16, I think we got her. Well, it wasn't. We didn't get it for her. My other half had the car and gave it to her. And but yeah. So anybody wondering like what made me excuse me, what made me touch the rainbow? I could tell y'all. So what made me let me say this. I done been with same sex, but not in a relationship. One girl that I was talking to after I had left my son's father, but we were still married, but we had separated, and I was just determined to just move on about my life. Whether I was married or not, I didn't care about committing adultery. So I had wound up talking to this girl, and I had talked to her for like 6 months. You know, nothing. We didn't have no kind of nothing. We just used to chill. Never kissed her, never nothing. When she showed that crazy, I was like, no, this ain't for me. Um, and I was like, no, this is she she was batshit crazy too. So I had stopped talking to her, and I went and got back with my son's father. And so mind you, my my hairdresser, she's that way. So she the one she told me, don't talk to her, she crazy, blah 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 blah. But me, wanna, wanna put your hand on that hot eye. knowing it's gonna burn you, but you want to still try it out. So I went on ahead and still talked to her. Whatever. Once she showed me that she was crazy, then I stopped talking to her. So my hairdresser used to always tell me, "Oh, such and such wanna talk to you, blah blah blah." I said, "Oh no, 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 ma'am, not me." So I never. Ooh, it's funny storm out here. I never talked to another female until 2015, and how that happened with her and I, it was like um I was going through a tough time in my life, trying to, being back here from Maryland. I wasn't completely moved from Maryland, but I was stuck. I wasn't stuck down here, but my kids didn't want to go back because they wanted to be close to their father. Understood that. And I up and left due to my own selfish reasons and because I had left my son father. So I met her, and when I tell y'all, this lady came in and made men look bad. You heard I'm telling you? She came look because I'm hard on them too, Darlene. Like I'm not taking nothing, but I don't even take nothing off. I don't even take nothing off of her. You hear what I'm telling you? Because they the same. It's just in different bodies. I'm telling you, ain't nothing the same, just in different bodies. But once you go ahead and lay them hands or whatever and show them you ain't playing, you be good. I'm telling you. No, I'm just playing. But it ain't no sign. They pretty much the same. You go through the same bull crap, if not more with, yeah. But she came in, and so I got my house down here in December in 2015. Mind you, me and her had met October. So I moved in my house 2016 January. I ain't have nothing. When I tell you, I have nothing in my house, like nothing. She came in, made sure that me and my kids had everything in the house. She came in, she played Zaddy, Maddie, whatever you want to call her, with my son. Because at that time my son was going on 7. He was 6. He was 6 when me and her met. When I tell you came in and played the role that his father wasn't playing, oh, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm all in. And I came in head, whole body. You hear what I'm telling you? Whole body. So nice to meet you too, Tanya. Hello to everybody that's coming in that I didn't speak to or whatever. So yeah, I went in whole body. So we met in October. She proposed to me in 2016, and we got married May of 2016. They took um it was seven, 7.5 years, 6.5 years, something like that. 6.5, 7 years. See, we got together 2015, married 2016. I filed for my divorce 2021. Got divorced 2022. Yeah, yeah, we're together. But when I tell you, Darlene, it's the only thing. But you get the same bull crap. But you have to let them know like you ain't nothing to play with. And I had to show her like, no, right idea, wrong chick. Right idea, wrong chick. Yeah, yes, yes. Cause no, I ain't having. If I ain't take it from the man, you think I'm gonna take it from you? I mean. What you thought relationships start when I met you? No, no, honey, they continue after you too. So just like I left the other one, yes, I left her too, just to show her. And yeah, she done got it all the way together. And I could, yeah. hmm So that's how I wind up. Um, you know what I'm saying with her, and it's like I wanted to. I don't know. It's like I can't shake her off. I don't know. It's like I can't shake her off because she tried to move on. You know, during before we even got to where we were separated. Before we even got divorced, she tried to move on and all that kind of stuff, but couldn't. You know, she still had this Leo on her heart, around her heart, bleeding through her heart, all of that. And yeah, she was like, you know, she had to come back. So yeah. So I don't know if it's anything that y'all want to hear. Let me see. It's fun to storm out this door, like literally storm. I don't know how to turn this. If I turn this camera on, I don't know how to turn it around. And I don't want y'all catching me looking at mess, honey. Not today. But I enjoyed y'all coming in my chat on my live, talking to me. Anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns? Thing that y'all want to know that I haven't addressed? Gwen, I don't know, Miss Gwen. I don't know what's wrong with these men, honey. They got it twisted. They really got it twisted these days. I don't know what's wrong with them. So I don't know. Oh, I don't been on here an hour 22 minutes. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. I so appreciate everything. Thank you, sis. My other half will be coming through this door to me. She gonna be wondering like, yeah. And it sound like she outside right now. And I ain't trying to be throwing no uppercuts and body slams. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Brenda. So if y'all haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Share my live. See you later, Cassie. Thank you. Yeah, this is my other half coming in, y'all. Mm. So I enjoyed you, ladies. Oh, so you're welcome, Darlene. Thank you, Tip. So on Wednesday, who all want to have a wind down Wednesday? Hey, baby. Wow. So you're welcome, Miss Gwen. Thank you, Vanessa. So do y'all want to do a wind down Wednesday? Babe, I hear what you're saying. To keep from hitting her. Go on and make you a drink, baby. But, but hopefully, Okay, so we're gonna do that Wednesday. We're gonna do wine down Wednesday. So everybody make sure they have their wine or whatever they choice of drink. So we can do wine down Wednesday. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And one of these days, I may bring my baby on the live with me. May bring her on the live with me. Now she is a cutie patootie now. She is definitely a cutie patootie. Real, 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 real easy on the eyes. So okay, so that's what we're gonna set it up for Wednesday, wind down Wednesday. What is a good time for everybody? Because I was thinking probably the same time, like 6 o'clock. Now don't nobody go on subscribe for me now because they don't hurt at all. And I'm with a woman. I ain't gonna come on. I ain't gonna come on to none of y'all. Okay, okay, that sounds good. So like 7, 6, 7. Okay, okay. 'Cause I think they only give us what 2 hours to be on here. Oh wait, okay, Miss Gwen. Okay, Tracy say 6. Shalana say 6. Okay, okay. Vanessa say 6. Okay, so we're gonna do 6. Good evening, Pisces. Okay, Darlene. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. I may give y'all. I may just for huh? Babe, make a drink. So I may post a picture of me and her. Thank you, talking it up with Angela. Do you have a channel? Like who all have a channel? Okay, so I need to figure out. I guess I'm gonna get Shalonda, Tracy, somebody to help me with mods. Like, oh, I ain't got enough people yet. I ain't got enough people yet. Or should I wait for the trolls to come in? Yeah, I have to figure out how to do the mod and see who all would like to be a mod on my channel. I know Trace and Shalonda is mod on a lot of people's channel. So I know that I'm gonna have Tracy and Shalonda as a mod. Who else a mod on somebody's page? I think Tips. I want to do Tips World. Um, I think Cassie is a mod on somebody's page. Um, but I don't even know how to do them, so I'm gonna have to wait to figure all that out. Thank you, Linda. I really enjoyed you ladies too. I don't know if I was all over the place with my story or whatever, but you know, yeah. So hopefully, wind down Wednesday, we can have something to talk about on wind down Wednesday. 'Cause I think I pretty much done told myself, and I don't come, and I ain't got no. Um, I ain't saying I don't have no flaws because I do. Um, I done messed up along the way and all of that. Thank you, Tip. Thank you, Shalana, thank you, Tracy. Um, yeah, I done had some mess ups in my life, and I done had some mess ups in my life to where I could have been doing some serious time, in prison. And done been in shootouts, everything. You know what I'm saying? Done been held hostage in my own house. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, done did all that. Dealing with them old crazy Geminis, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I ain't got no good background. Yeah. But okay, thank you, Pisces. So I'm gonna end this live because my other half done got here. I'm loving them black hearts. So let me go let her vent about the accident. She almost got into she almost hit this old lady because she came in front of her. So I will chat with you ladies. Who going live next? So that way I can listen, comment, and while I'm cooking. Yes, it's but God. You hear me telling you, but God, but God. When I had to get out there and you know what I'm saying, I done sold drugs. I never been on drugs, but I done, done sold some, but I ain't never get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And that's because my oldest son father introduced me to that because he was a big time dope dealer. So yeah. But yeah, so we can save we can save that for Wind Down Wednesday. Thank you, Tater. All right, everyone. Y'all have an amazing, amazing evening. And see y'all on whoever's going live next. See y'all in the chat. Love you, ladies. Thank you everybody for coming in. Please hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't shared my live, share my live. See y'all Wednesday. Later.